So hello everyone, and welcome to yet another video from Easy Pips Forex. And in today's video we'll be talking about what are support and resistance, and what are its usefulness to forex traders, as well as how to be able to draw them, how to be able to identify them correctly. Now, for one to be a successful forex trader, or for one to be successful in trading the forex market, understanding price action or being able to identify the candlestick patterns are not enough. For one to be able to take high quality trade while trading the forex market, for one to be able to identify those sniper entries that you have always wanted to take, most of those signal providers provide you signals using support and resistance. So all I'm saying now is that if you are a forex trader and you want to do well in your forex journey, it's essential that you as a trader must be able to understand in detail what support and resistance are, and you should be able to draw them correctly, and equally trade them in the right way. So what are support and resistance? Support and resistance usually has the acronym that is X and R. So here S is for support, N is for and R is for resistance. Now, to other websites or books that you might have come across, you see them using X and the symbol and we have R. So it's the same thing. This support and this and resistance. So support and resistance. So it can be seen with any of these symbols here. If you are viewing websites, or if you are maybe making some Google search, or maybe perhaps watching other YouTube shiners, you always come across this symbol S and arrow. So basically, you're talking about support and resistance. So that is what these acronyms stands for. So now let's look at it now. What are support and resistance, if you should ask me? So let's look at it in detail. Let's talk about this support and resistance in full. So now, to enable us to do that, now we want to have in back of our mind that while we are actually talking about support and resistance, is because the forex market is designed in such a way that the market does not just move, does not just fall bearish continuously, and the market does not just move bullish continuously. There is a break. The market goes up and it comes down, it goes up and it comes down, it goes up and it comes down, it goes up and it comes down. So it's more or less like a sine wave, and it can equally be looked using the concept of ping pong. Now, this ping pong game, you find that you're having a player, you have a board. It's a game of ping pong. You have a board that is more or less like this. Now a ball is being tossed. There's a player here. Let's say player is A, and we have a player here B. What happened in the forex market is that a ball is being passed. Player A passes the ball to player B, and the player B passes the ball to player A. So it comes like this, it goes like this, it comes like this, goes like this, comes like this. But however, you and I know that at a point in time, this ball is definitely going to either go across here, or the ball is definitely going to go across here. So having this concept in back of our mind, we are going to use this concept now to look in depth into the forex market using support and resistance. So what I'm trying to bring out here using this scenario here, or using this illustration, is the fact that forex market works like this. It's always going up, going down, going up, going down. So there are levels it respects, there are level it gets up to, and there's a likelihood that the forex market is going to reverse. So same thing applicable here. So we are very, very sure that if a ball is being passed from A to B, Mr. B at this point in time will equally intervene, and he will work hard to ensure that this ball does not go beyond his court, and is being passed back to Mr. A, and Mr. A will equally ensure that he tries his best to defend it. So these are the level of support and resistance. So talking about forex, in forex, this area you see here, which is the floor here, which is the bottom here, is always referred to as the support, as lowest low, and the highest high here is referred to as resistance. So if we're having that concept in back of our mind, where here the highest high is referred to as resistance and the bottom here is referred as support. Now let's move over now to our next slide where we are going to define it in full. So allow me to wipe this off now and let's head over to yep. Now the forex market can be in three states, which is an upward trend, like I may mention, and a downward trend when the price is falling down. Then we have a ranging market. That's when the market is consolidating and is being stuck between support and resistance, which I've just painted using that uh, illustration of an ranging market, which I've equally shown you guys using that game of ping pong. So now, support and resistance represent areas where the price action is expected to face obstacle. Now, in studying it in detail, you say support is a price level where the falling price tend to slow down or reverse. This means the price is more likely to bounce off this level rather than break through it. Good. Now, let's make it more clearer. Support occurs when falling prices stop, change direction, and begin to rise. Support is often viewed as a floor which is supporting or holding up prices. Each time it hits that price, buyers take over and the market rises again. And this would be what is support level. Now, let's look at this picture vividly well. Now, if you look at it now, like we may mention, now, so this is price, this is the origin of it. Let me change my highlighter now to color yellow, better. So this is the origin here now, guys. So price came down here, got to here, went back up here, came down again here, went back up here, came down here, went back up here, came down here again, went up here, came down here, went up here and here. So what we are saying in essence is that support usually occur when price falls down, stop, and direction was changed, and came down again, begin to fall down back to a particular level here, which is now viewed like a floor. And each time price fall down to this particular level, it always rises up. So it's more or less like a floor which is supporting or holding up prices, such that price find it difficult in breaking below this level. So this line you are seeing here, which is drawn on blue, here, as you see here now, this is our what? This is our support level. So support level are usually found downwards, which I may mention, and these are areas that price have fallen to in previous time and have found difficulty in breaking through it. This you have seen here. So when it gets down here, one thing is for sure, forex traders who are looking for entries, which are the buyers, they are aware that if price should fall down to support level, that's a very good level for what? That's a very good level for them to get in on what? On a buy. So if price have fallen down here, they would have been able to take advantage of this fall that goes to this support level here, and they would have entered on the buy here. And here, down here to this area up here would have been their what? Would have been their profit. So similar thing occurs here. Come here, that would have been a second attempt. Price fall down here on second attempt, and they would have equally what? Enter a buy here, and what? And up it goes down here. So this is the whole essence of what? Of trading support and resistance. So one thing is for you to be able to identify these levels, another thing is for you to be able to trade this support and resistance. Now this is support. So the support is the floor that is holding up prices. So we want to bear in mind that for one thing, when it comes to the support, we are aware that price is what? Price at a point in time was falling down and it was head downward here, such that it will not be able to what? Able to break beyond that level and went up. So it always come down and bounces up. Now good. So now let's delve into the other one, which is called what now? Resistance. Now resistance, it says a price level where rising prices stop, change direction, and begin to fall. Resistance is often viewed as a ceiling that keeps prices from rising higher. When an asset hits it, sellers take over and send its price back down again. So now, as it's being said here now, resistance is now the ceiling, which is at the top, the apex. So price has been going up, has been a bullish trend. It got back here, it fell down, went up here, it fell down, went up here, fell down, such that price found difficulty in what? In breaking through this line here. So this particular level or line you are seeing here is what is referred to as what? Resistance. So this is the ceiling that we're talking about. So when it gets down here, reverse is the case. Now when it gets down here, sellers are here at the verge, at the washout, looking for these areas. So whenever price hits this resistance level, they are here to short this pair. So if they have entered here, the move down here to this particular level here would have been their what? Would have been their profit if they have entered it correctly. So same thing applicable here. If they have entered here, down here would have been their profit. If they have entered here and down here would, from here down to here, would have been their profit. So we'll now be able to see now what support and resistance are, that these are levels that price respects so well, just like I painted in that game of ping pong, that both players will try their possible best to ensure that price does not go the both players try their best to ensure that the ball does not cut across their own court, and by so doing they all try their best to go to defend the ball. But we also, like I said before now, at a point in time the ball will definitely go through one of those courts. So support and resistance does not maintain their position all around the year. It got to a point where support and resistance are broken, and once it's broken, support becomes resistance and resistance becomes support. And that is what I'm going to show you in the next chart, which I will soon bring up. Now we have been able to identify what support are and what resistance are. So we are looking at it in this concept that support is the floor and resistance is the ceiling. Now when price gets to that level, we are for sure that buyers are coming in or sellers are equally coming in. Before looking at how support becomes resistance and resistance becomes support, let's quickly look at why are support and resistance important. Though in the course of me demonstrating what support and resistance are, I've equally highlighted some of the benefits. But here's the overall benefits. Let's do a rundown. Now, support and resistance are of key importance to forex traders because for one to be successful in trading the forex market, for one to be able to take that high quality trade as a technical trader, you must be able to identify support and resistance correctly and equally trade them correctly. Now, a lot of traders use support and resistance to help them plan when to enter and when to exit positions. Now, as a simple example, a support level that has been hit but not breached multiple times could offer a buying opportunity. Like I said before, by opening a long position near the area of support, you can earn a profit if the market bounces again, or you could open a short trade near a resistant level to take advantage of any downward price reversal. So basically, we are using support and resistance. One, looking for entry, and two, looking for what our exit position. So here it goes again. Let me quickly do this for the very last time. So for those who are looking for entries, now a trader would have been here, sellers would have been here waiting for price to come this high, and they would have entered here on a sell, and then they would have placed their take profit here, and for a second attempt, when price hits this particular resistance level, sellers would have equally look for this particular level here, place their eyes on their chart, waiting keenly for price to come to this level, and they would have short the pair here and perhaps equally place their take profit here. So for one thing, we are now using the resistance level that I see here now to look for what? To look for our entries. Now, reverse is equally the case. If you are using if we're equally using the support, I may mention before now, the importance of using it is now we are not here now looking for what buy opportunities here. So we are on the outlook. If price should fall to this level here, We come here on the buy, and here would have been our take profit. Same thing I said before now. And on the second attempt, if price should fall down here, would have entered here, and our take profit should be down here. And on the third attempt, on the fourth attempt, so this would have signified our entries. So here would have been opportunity number 1, or entry number 1, entry number 2, entry number 3, and entry number 4 if entered correctly. Take note of that word, if entered correctly. So here would have been 4 entries that would have entered, and if entered correctly, would have made profit from all of them. So these are the entries. So now, if looked from another angle, which I'm going to show on the other chart now, let me quickly go to another chart. Okay, let's take this off. And may I also mention too that support and resistance are also called key levels or decision levels. And the reason behind it is that key levels or decision level, these are levels that inform you as a trader to make a decision. You are either shorting the pair or you are buying the pair. So in other words, you are either looking for an entry using that support and resistance level, or you are doing what, you are exiting positions that you have entered before. So a decision must be taken, and that is why it's referred to as decision levels. And these are key levels. They are equally called key levels because these are levels that we have in the forex market or a chart of a particular currency pair where price definitely is going to react to. So we find it difficulty in breaking that levels. That is why it's called what? Key levels. So going further, let me quickly go to a chart here. All right, good and fine. So I think we can get the picture more clearly here now. Let me change my highlighter to a color that good. Now, for one thing, you'll find out that price was moving upward on a bearish move, and go down here, came down here. Now, here is our ceiling or our resistance level. So price came down here, found difficulty in breaking down here, and it came down here to the next support level, and it find difficulty in breaking it. So there were 2 attempts on resistance level here, which is the ceiling, or which is the highest high, and it came down here, could not be able to break through this level of support. And we found out that price went up, went down, went up, went down, went up, and eventually the resistance level was broken, and price finds its way upwards. So just like a game of ping pong, like I said before now, it's just a toss between both players. Flip the ball down here, go back up, come down here, go back up. But we all know that eventually at the end of the day, the ball is going to go out either through this area, or is going to fall down through the other way around. So when a toss occurs, support become resistance and resistance become support. So these are having identified these areas, one would have been looking for a sell opportunity here, and one would have been looking for what, buy opportunity here. So if I've entered correctly and I've entered here, your ability as a trader to be able to identify support and resistance, you should be very, very much aware that if price should fall down here, I for sure know fully well that price is going to react here, and it will find difficulty in breaking through the zone, because here is already my area of what, of resistance. So as a result, it will be wise, it will be very, very wise for you as a trader to ensure that your take profit is not placed above here, but rather we placed above what, above this resistance level, so that when price falls down, it will close your trade, your open position on profit before coming where, before coming to this area of what, of resistance. That is a wise course, and that is the essence of we identifying this support and resistance level in order for us to, one, look for entries, and secondly, to be able to identify areas of what, of exit. So that is that from this chart. Now going further, let me quickly get another chart now. Let me see if I can get the chart. Now if you look at this chart, you find that this is the level of support, or here's the level of support, which is our floor. There have been multiple attempts here. There's one attempt, there's another attempt here, and eventually it got broken out here. So eventually price found its way out here. So at that point, price broke through this region here, this level of support here. Now price came down here. Now for the fact that this level has been broken, support has now become resistance. So price went back up here, did a retest here, and what, eventually falls down. So this particular level here that's highlighted on green now has now become what? Has now become a new what? A new ceiling, which is now what? A new resistance. So support now, once broken and is no longer able to hold its position, becomes what? Becomes a new resistance. So it can be done in this level. Let me quickly get a new chart here now. Good and fine. So more or less can be drawn like this. The charts and eventually broke through here, comes down here, comes down here, and it can equally come like this, come like this, come like this, and goes like this. So here's the level of support that has been broken. Here was previously your support and now broken. We have new resistance once broken, and they got down here again. This support level has equally been broken, and the new resistance level has equally what be formed. So is vice versa. So reverse is the case, and it can equally be done that way. Let me quickly wipe this now. Let's get our eraser. Yeah, I want to be thorough on this. So it can equally be done like this. So it can be like this, and boom, goes back up again, and up it goes, and up it goes. So here is our level of resistance before now, under resistance from here, under resistance from here. So here's our first resistance. Let's here be arrow. Now once broken becomes a support, and here's our resistance we have before now, and once broken become a support. So it goes, so it continues that way. But one thing why we have interest is that with this few bounce that has occurred here, it has created a lot of attempt, a lot of opportunity for you as a trader, either as a scalper or a position trader, as a swing trader, to be able to look for opportunities to what? To get right into the market and make some good pips for yourself, either 20 pips, 40 pips, or as the case may be, depending on your prowess, and able to what? Able to identify this support and resistance in addition to what? In that addition to price action and the candlesticks formation. So similar thing occurs here. Here I would have provided three opportunities for us here to have entered what? Enter a buy opportunity here. Now that way around, here would have equally provided opportunity for us to enter here on two what? On two opportunities of a buy, and our exit position would have been very close to our resistance level. So if I've entered in those three positions here, so here most likely will be our take profit here, take profit will be here, our take profit will be here, take profit will be here. Now this one, if I've entered here as 1, 2, 3, and 4, now we know fully well that price should go back up here and come down here. Now here price will definitely what? React to a resistance level and fall down. So here would have been what? Here would have been a resistance level. So this is what support and resistance are, and this is usefulness of support and resistance to all forex traders. Let us not end it here. Let's take it now to the chart, and let me show you vividly well how to be able to identify this level of support and resistance, and how you can be able to use them in taking good and how you can be able to use support and resistance to scalp the forex market, to take trades, take high quality trades, and make good money for yourself. So if you are a newbie into forex trading, you have been to forex trading for long and you are unable to be able to identify this level correctly, please pay close attention. You can be able to watch this video over and over again so that you get mastery over it. And if you are new to this channel, please kindly hit the subscribe button so that you can be updated to new uploads, to new videos, educative videos like this, that we keep you in peace in order to be professional in analyzing the forex market, both technically and fundamentally. Now, with that being said, let's quickly erase this now, and let's load up our MT4 platform. So having done that, now let's quickly look at something here, guys. So all right, guys, so our MT4 platform is currently loaded up now, and I'm on 15 minutes time frame. Now it's best, many persons will ask you what's the best time frame to draw your support and resistance, or what time frame, what is the best time frame that you have to use to be able to clearly identify those areas of support and resistance. So what I usually do is, for me, identify support and resistance level, is best for me to go to a higher time frame. So you can go to your H1, your 1 hour time frame, your 4 hours time frame. That give you a clearer picture for you to be able to what identify these areas of support and resistance. So that I've done, I've quickly scaled my, as you can see now, I've taken uh, my time frame to a 4 hours time frame to be able to see vividly where the chart, the candlestick formation that has been formed here, so I can be able to draw it correctly. Now let's look at okay, now this is for good. Now if you observe vividly well, you find that for one thing, we are having a level here. Let's use this blue line to identify them. Now if you come down here, you will equally see another level here, and if you come down here, you see another level here. In drawing support and resistance, it takes two touches to clearly draw a level of support and resistance, and you can see me doing it now using this level here. I will see another level here. Now we are drawing support and resistance using uh previous price movement. We're not working with the current. Whenever you are drawing support and resistance, don't focus all your attention at this particular level that is being formed here. We are drawing these levels of support and resistance. We are identifying them using previous price movement. So as such, if you look at it here now, these are the two, sorry, so these are one touch to that level. We have multiple touch on that level, and before eventually there was a spike out from that particular level. Now if you look at this level, there was a one attempt here. Here's number two attempt here. Now if being considered as a zone, because I was about saying this, support and resistance are not mere lines, they are zones. So if we are looking at it from that level from that aspect of a zone, if we are considering support and resistance as zone, not line, which is the right way to go about it, then therefore means now, having gotten this line drawn correctly now, guys, the next thing for you to do is for you to clearly understand that from this particular level where I have that my line now, you can see plus minus 10, which is something of this nature, would have been considered as my level of what, as a level of support from this angle, which is X. Now here too will probably be looked in this level as another level of what, of support, because eventually price went up and eventually broke that level of support and came down here. So here would have been on that level of what, on that zone, on that level of what, support, as you can see here. So the market went here, came down here, went up, came down here, went up, came down here, went back, came down here, broke that level, went up, and just like that. So let's take this off now, and let's head over to another chart. Let's randomly pick any chart we have here. Let's say chart window. I've loaded on that one now. AUD chart window. Let's come down. Okay, let me not take on that AUD. Let's take it's okay, Euro JPY chart window. Sorry, chart window. I don't want this video to be very lengthy, so now we are in a 1 hour time frame, as you can see. So all I need to basically do is to zoom in, take it to candlestick. Okay, take off your grid lines, which I've shown in the previous video. Now if you should minimize this chart, make it more clearer for you to see vividly where the patterns we're talking about. Let's get our line here. Now you could clearly see here now that we have a level here. This is zone. I'm judging with these two levels here now. You can have it here. Good, beautiful. The top here we have a zone here, and below here we have a zone here. Now we can still squeeze this chart. Let's go to the other way around. Click here off and drag. Do you see now that we're having a level here? Beautiful. Now let's see if we can be able to drag this anytime further. Okay, that's fine. Now that I've done using a 1 hour time frame. So having squeezed the chart, good. So having squeezed the chart, we have been able to see these levels in a 1 hour time frame. Now if you go to 4 hours time frame, you'll see how perfect and accurate these drawings are. Now take a look at it here. Now let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, let's see, let's go there. All right, now look at it. Price went back up here. On the way to break their level, it fell down here. Here was the level of support, though this was the first breakout that took place here that I will explain on that video, and eventually came back up here and find its way here. Now if you are a trader that have been able to identify your level of support, which are your zones for your support and resistance, you would have been having your eyes here waiting for an attempt to short the pair. It came down here again for a second attempt and fell down here again to this same zone here where we're having this pair that fell down here, was able to break down here. So at the top here was the level of resistance, and the bottom here was the level of our support. So it came down here. Now you would have entered here on a second attempt here. You would have closed the previous trade you entered here at somewhere here. You would have exited here, wait for it to fall down here, and perhaps enter here again on another attempt, allow it to come up here. Though it didn't soar for too long, it came down here again. The support level, this support still keep holding its position as a support, and what eventually went back up here. So here down there, you would have gotten, how many pips would have been? Let's see. Beautiful. You would have gotten nicely 320 pips. Sorry, 330 pips precisely. That is how it went. That's how it went, and then eventually fall down again. Fall down here again on another attempt, and what? And off it goes. So this is how support and resistance work. Now you have been able to identify support and resistance. We have seen its usefulness to us as a trader trading the forex market technically, and we have equally seen how we can be able to identify it on our chart. So the next video I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you guys how to scalp the forex market using my 20 pip strategy on how to scalp the forex market using basically support and resistance in addition to price action. So for you to get mastery over it, I implore you to pick any currency pair, look at those levels like I mentioned before. Now it takes 2 touches to be able to draw correctly a level of support and level of resistance. So it's not a difficulty for you to do. I'm going to do another video as an addition to this one, so that you guys can equally learn and see how this can be done. But bear in mind, like me mentioned, that support and resistance, they are not mere lines, they are zones. If you are treating it as a line, you are going to get it wrong and you're going to miss a lot of entries. But if you are considering it as a zone, it's going to increase your prowess in trading the financial market and equally sharpen your edge in getting those sniper entries you as a trader have always wanted to get. So you saw a lot of people posting their trades, posting sniper entries, and people are hailing them, people are praising them, because they have mastered the art of being able to identify this level of what? Of support and resistance. So if others can do it, then you can definitely work. So these persons are having sniper entries, they're looking for sniper entries. You see them having sniper entries, they're making good profit trading forex market, is because they have dedicated time to get mastery over this support and resistance. They're able to understand this support and resistance. They are able to identify them correctly and trade them correctly, just as I've shown you guys. Lastly, what I'm to say here is this: if you are to identify support and resistance, the level correctly, the first and foremost thing is, one, go to a higher time frame. Like I mentioned, you are going to that using your H4 or H1 to be able to clearly see these levels, and that will make you, now as you can see below here now, you're going to find out that my chart now cut across December 5th down to February 14th. That's the result of the time frame I'm using, which is what? H4. So that compresses the chart and enable me to see those levels clearly. And I, for one, as a trader, know fully well when to enter, having those zones clearly marked up in my head, even without even without plotting those graphs. But then, like I mentioned, support becomes resistance, and resistance will at a point in time equally what becomes support. Now, how does that happen? Now let's look at the last chart for this video. I don't want this video to be that too long. I don't want it to be too long. Okay, beautiful. Now you can look at here now. This was the level before. This was the key level that I've been holding this position as a support. Here is the level. This is the level here I'm marking at now. This is the level of support. Now, to clearly prove that, let's minimize and let's drag this chart. Okay. Now, you would understand now. If you look closely, I don't want to zoom it. I don't want to zoom beyond here now. You find that this level that is marked up here, sorry, you find that this level that I've marked up here have been a level of what? Level of resistance in time past. But what happened? Price came and forcefully broke through this level here, this level of resistance, went back up here. What happened when price came down and touches this level of resistance? Price reacted swiftly. What happened? Price went back up. Now let's zoom in. Watch this candle that is here now. Let's zoom in gradually. Good. I'm still seeing it. Good and fine. Now, what happened now? It came down here and you can see the sharp move back to the upside. And then for a second time, it came down here, back to the upside. It came down here, could not be able to break through the zone, back to the upside. What happened here is that this level that have been identified here as a level of what? As a level of resistance, has lost its position as a resistance and has now become what? Has now become a new ceiling, a new support. So price came down here, had an attempt number 1, had an attempt number 2, and had an attempt number 3, and eventually it's going to be and eventually is definitely going to get broken in time to come. So one thing I want you to understand is that I want you guys to develop your prowess in you being able to identify these levels. You can pick any currency pair, pick any chart, identify them, go to a higher time frame, 4 hours, 1 hour, identify them, and if you have to take your entry, you scale down to a lower time frame, 15 minutes or 5 minutes as the case may be, and look for your entries. That I'm going to do in another video. Lastly, I must mention that while trading support and resistance, we are only trading support and resistance using the first and second attempt. We are only trading the first and second attempt only. So bear that in back of your mind. So guys, this is how far we can go on this video, and I believe that this video has been very informative to you guys. You guys have found value from this video, and I want to thank you all for watching this video down to the very end. If you are new to this channel, I want you guys to subscribe. I want to see your comments. I want you guys to like. I want you guys to share this video so that it can move me to put out other videos that will be very informative and can equally help us in the long run to make massive profit this year 2023. So if you have been trading support and resistance, feel free to share your comment below so that others as a community can equally learn from this video. So thank you all for watching. I hope to see you guys in subsequent videos.